What's up guys? So in this video we are doing a unboxing and maybe a first impression of a automatic cat feeder. And this one I bought on Amazon. It's made by a company called PetLibro, and this is a 6-liter automatic cat feeder, or pet feeder as they say. So if you have a smaller dog, it might also work as well if they don't eat as much. So the reason I bought this is because I am going to be traveling for 3 days on the weekend, and my cat Sesame, she is here with me alone. So instead of hiring someone to come over and feed her for almost $20 a day, I decided to just spend $70 to get a cat feeder. That way I don't have to have someone to come over and pay them a lot of money, so she can have her food whenever it comes the morning time and at night when it's time to feed her. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and open up the package and check it out. So the packaging, very simple, very basic, a very thin layer of foam on the top, and you can already take the cat feeder out. So this is what it looks like. Looks interesting. And again, a few more layers of very thin foam. And we're gonna put this aside. There's no manual with this pet feeder, so maybe it's inside. I bought this one in black color. They also have the white color, so depending on your preference, you can get different colors if you like. And let's take a look. So first thing first, it looks really nice, looks well designed, with very modern looking buttons and a LCD panel on the front. Some protective coverings on the top. I assume the bowl and the power supply is probably all inside the top compartment, which is where you keep your pet food. Oh, listen to that. She starts to play now. So I bet if I put food right here, she's gonna be grabbing the food right away. So anyway, on the top, there is a lock, so you can turn it. So right now it's in locked position. So if you turn it, it opens up. A very nice hard polycarbonate plastic top. So opening it up, you have your bowl over here. This is a bowl, I think goes to the bottom. And you also have a, looks like a power supply inside as well. Let's take it out, take a look. And the internal design, pretty simple. If you look inside, there's a plastic portion kind of divider in there. So I guess when the time comes, it just rotates a few turns and it dispenses the right amounts of the food according to your settings. But it's a very simplistic design. From the shape of the internal, it's pretty slanted at the bottom, so I don't think it's gonna have any cat food left over. If you have that kind of worry that the cat food is not gonna get dispensed, you shouldn't have to worry about that with this dispenser. And the front features a couple of things. There is a microphone button over here, so you can record your voice when it comes to feeding time. There is a reset button, it looks like, and a setting button, a OK confirm button, and a manual up and down button. So we'll have to check that out in a little bit when I power it up. But for now, let's check what the other things are. Let's open up the bottom bowl and the power supplies. We're gonna connect it and give it a first spin. It looks like it's powered by USB, so definitely not gonna be using a lot of power. And thinking of backing up, you probably can also use I think it used D-sized batteries, 3 D-sized batteries that you can put in case there's a power failure. But so far looks good. They included a USB wire, pretty long. It looks like a 6-foot USB wire. However, it's in white color, which is a little weird because I ordered the black color over here. So I guess they don't really have the black colored USB adapter. But it's a nice looking adapter, travel charger, rated 1000 milliamp, so 1 amp USB power. use very, very little power, which I like. So it's definitely energy efficient, okay? So this is a food bowl. Also, the design of the bowl, you can see from the reflection, it's pretty nice. It's very slanted on this side, so all the food should fall into the center area really nicely without any issue. Let's see how it's putting there. So if you look on the back of the food bowl, there is a little clicker. So basically you have to push this bowl in on the bottom. It clicks in and it doesn't get moved around. If your cat likes to use their paw to, you know, to dig it, it's not gonna move. So let's give it a try. So I'm gonna try to, yeah. So you can hear a very nice and firm click, and now it's installed on the bottom. Again, this is a 6 liter. So it can hold a lot of food. The machine is very easy to assemble, so I read through the manual. They said the top part is removable. You just need to push it up top really hard. And again, the tray is removable as well. Those two parts are actually washable parts. And the part that's not washable is the main unit. And on the bottom of the unit is where you can actually mount the 3 D-sized batteries, so those big batteries, and also where your USB port is going to go in right here at the bottom. You can route the wires through the edge on the bottom to the back of the machine very nicely, so it's not bulged or anything like that. And the machine is pretty much ready to go. So they also included a quick start guide, so if you are the type of person that cannot wait, just read through the quick start guide and you should be up and running in a few minutes. What's cool is in this package, they also said you can get a free gift that's either a $20 Amazon gift card or a very nice automatic pet water fountain. So depending on your preference, you want $20 for your Amazon, that's fine, or you want a automatic pet fountain, which is also really nice and exactly what I need for if I need to get out of the town, because my cat also needs to drink besides eating the cat food. So I think I'm going to choose the water fountain, but I haven't done so. Basically, you just need to contact the PetLibro support, and they should be able to get you started on all those free gifts, okay? Again, I'm not paid by them. I bought this because I need to travel, and this seems like the best looking and largest capacity cat feeder for less than $70 that I can find. And with those $20 gift card, man, basically you get this cat feeder for like only $50. So it's a no-brainer, perfect for people who travels for short amounts of time and they have the cats, right? All right, so Sesame is already here because she heard the sound of the cat food right here. She's ready to eat. I am gonna go through some of the settings with you guys because it's actually fairly easy to set up the machine and it's very intuitive, okay? So basically when you first turn on the power, the timer is not set. The actual clock is not set, so you need to set the clock. To enter the manual mode or the setup mode, you have to press this little button on the top for 3 seconds. And when you press it for 3 seconds, you can hear a beep, and now it actually goes into the actual time setting. So when the thing on the top is blinking, you are setting your current time. If you hit OK, this is your current time, okay? So right now it's 3:51 p.m. and I just already set my current time using the up and down button. Hit OK, it's gonna set your hours and your minutes. Once you finish with that, it's still blinking. You can use the down and up arrow to go into the next setting. So the next setting, which is below the hours, is the feeding portion, the manual feeding portion. So over here it says F equals 5. That's 5 portions. Each of those feeding portion is about 1 tablespoon. Okay, so it's not a big portion. So for my cat, she usually eats between 4 to 6 tablespoons of food for morning and night. And right now, since I'm away, she's less physically active, so I'm gonna set it to 4 for her. And again, you can set this portion manually, okay? So adjust it accordingly to your pet's needs. And you can hear the sound when you hit OK, it's gonna dispense the portions set. Now you can see it's a red light because it's just basically telling you there's no food in the container, which is pretty neat. It's got the automatic sensor that's in here. So we're gonna ignore that. We're just gonna go back to the manuals and I'm gonna show you the feeding portions setup. So right now, again, it's at the clock. I'm gonna use the up down arrow. This is the manual feeding portion. And 1 to 6 is your 6 available feeding portions each day. So on each given day, you can feed your pet 6 times, which is more than enough, okay? I only feed my cats twice a day, morning and night. So basically, I'm just gonna set up the first feeding portion and the second feeding portion for each day. So right now, the number 1 is flashing. That means I'm gonna hit OK, which is the lower left corner. Once you hit OK, it goes into this P equals numbers. The 4 is the amount of the portion that the machine is going to dispense. I set it to 4 because that's my cat's portion. I hit OK, and it gives you the next option is the feeding time. Right now I set it to 8 a.m. in the morning. So you set it to 8 and you hit OK. That's the minutes. You set the minutes if you want. Hit OK again. So we already finished with the first feeding portion setup. Now we're going to go to the second portion by hitting the down arrow and goes to number 2. Again, the light is kind of reflecting, so I'm not sure if it's showing properly, but I'm just going to go through this really quick, okay? So the second setting, if you hit OK, it's going to bring you to, again, a feeding portion setup. So you can set to have the machine dispense maybe more in the morning time, less at the night time, and whichever way you like. It's a lot of combinations that you can do. So at night, I have, again, 4 portions set. I hit OK. Again, the timer I set to dispense at 7:30 p.m. at night. And you hit OK, so you already set up for 2 portions. That's ready to go. For the 3 to 6, I'll show you guys really quick. If you don't want to set any portions or if you want to disable them, simply set the P equals 0. When it's at 0, it's not going to dispense at those times. And it's basically just going to skip the 3 to 6 for the given day. So you don't have to worry about that. And at this point, the machine is pretty much set. You can hit the return button, which is on the lower left corner. Once you hit the return, it goes back to the main system settings. And over here, again, the red light is blinking. E1, that means there's nothing in the machine. If it's blinking and it says E2, that means something got stuck. So you have to unstuck it by taking the top tank out and somehow get the food out. And also, this is just a measurement of how 1 tablespoon, which is 1 portion, looks like. It's not a lot, okay? So my cat needs 4, which I already set. And the next step is pretty much I'm just gonna dump the food on the top of the container and we're gonna do a manual feeding and see how much comes out. Oh, look at Sesame, she's ready. So 6 liters, that's quite a lot of food. And I'm gonna start using this after I dump the food. So I'm gonna start to do automatic feeding morning and night to check before I leave if the machine is doing its job. Very important. Don't buy this machine the day before you leave and you couldn't test it, and if something's messed up, your pet is gonna suffer, okay? So always buy way ahead in advance. All right. And again, it holds a lot of food, a lot. It's way more for a couple weeks of automatic feeding, honestly. All right, so I am gonna close the top. This locking mechanism is actually really effective. Like even if you tip it over, it's not gonna come out because you have to physically turn and click to have it locked, okay? So now Sesame's waiting and we're gonna do a manual feeding, which basically you just need to press it down twice to dispense the amount set. And again, this is the first time it's dispensing, so less portion is gonna come out because nothing in the machine yet. So let's take a look. Here we go. Oh, if you press down, it only dispenses one portion. Okay, so let me give it a try. Now there's more. Actually looks pretty good. And it's very quiet, by the way. So I dispensed probably 3.5 portions because the first turn, the machine turns and it's empty, so it doesn't dispense as much. Now if I want to make sure she's fed and she's happy, I'm just gonna dispense one more manual feeding. So now it's about her portion. And as you can see, she's really happy eating the food. One thing that I want to let you guys know is make sure you have a power source nearby. If you don't have a power source, like my original place, there's no power plug. You might have to find a place that's more suitable where you can have the access to a power source on the cable. And also another thing, if your cat loves to chew on the wires and if you don't have enough food and they're hungry, they might chew off the power cable, which is not good. So what I always do is I have some bittering agent. I always spray bittering agent on the wire, especially if your cat likes to chew on the cables. Once you have the bittering agent, they would stop chewing on the wire and you should be able to save your wires, especially if your cat is hungry. Now that's all there is to this machine. I already set it up to dispense tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. and tomorrow night at I think 7:30 p.m. So I'm pretty much just gonna set and forget for the next couple of days before I leave on my trip and to make sure the machine works perfectly. One thing I haven't done is record a customized like calling for food. Sesame, she's pretty smart. When she hears the food dispensing, she'll just come over. However, for those of you that have a dog, maybe they love to hear your voice when you're away, feel free to set a voice on the machine and it should play back really nicely during the food dispensing process. You can set to have your voice replayed from 1 time up to, I think, 5 times. So it's a lot of options. And if you buy this dispenser and you read through the manual, there are actually a lot of other options, customized options I didn't cover. So make sure to read the manual. But so far, I think she's gonna be happy enjoying food from this automatic cat food dispenser, okay? So if you guys have any questions about this dispenser, feel free to ask me in the comment section down below. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please do hit the like button. Me and Sesame would be really appreciative if you could support our channel. Thanks again, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care.